Hey everybody, April 6th, 2024. Welcome to GSKP, Georgia Sunflower, Kansas Peach. Today our topic is going to be very interesting as far as I'm concerned. I'm asking for your input on this one because you're definitely included, and I want to know what you think. Give me some feedback. Let's talk about it. Let our song play and we'll get right into it.
I like to be away in my patience. Stay up, I feel so outdated. How can we look the other way? Sun is out, but the sky is gray. What would happen if I took a chance? It's always hard at first glance. I don't wanna, but I know I gotta do it. The truth is hard to swallow.
I gotta chew it.
I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems. I wish I knew.
Good morning. It is April 6th, 2024. Saturday, y'all. I am looking forward to this conversation. I hope that you all participate and let me know what you think. Let's get right into it. So, this morning, I was up and scrolling because I'm always looking for things in which, I find interesting to talk about, to discuss on the channel. So this morning, as I'm going through my routine, I came upon a great subject. And I'm going to title this, Who Do We Think We Are? Okay, now the reason for this is because I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw Miss Raven Simone. Lots of us are familiar with Raven Simone. She was the cute little girl actor star on the Cosbys. She has since become something else. Anyway, I'm not a big fan of Raven Simone as of now. I used to be, of course, when she was on the Cosbys. Everybody loved her. Cute as a bug and whatever. But anyway, she brought forth a great question. To me, I got, again, who do we think we are? We canceled Raven because she made the statement. Well, she's made several statements, but we're going to talk about this particular. She made the statement that she did not want to be identified as African American. I want us to think about that for a minute. She does not want to be identified as African American. I want to know what you think about that. I'm going to give my take. Because after listening, ooh, excuse me. After listening to what Raven has said, she has the same point of view I've had for quite some time. Because of the fact we as a people do not have a culture other than what has been adopted from this country since we've been brought here. Now, the reason I say that is if you look at the Latina community, they have passed down their language, their culture, look at the Chinese, their foods, all of that. When you sit and you think, we as a race of people, every other race of people has and continue to pass and teach their generations their cultures. Now, mind you, I know that us as the people being brought here in slavery, we were not allowed to speak our language, practice our whatever we practice at home. But as a people, we could have kept it to ourselves and secretly still taught our children our cultures, our language, our practices. But again, I understand that we were forbidden to do those things. We are the only race of people that do not have a culture. They try to give us fried chicken and dancing. That's not culture. That's not my culture. That's I'm not going to accept that. Now, Miss Raven is saying because her grandmama, her great grandmama, her great great grandmama, and so forth and so on are not from Africa. They were born and raised and bled on the ground right here. So why does she have to be an African American? Why can't she just be an American? Not that she did not want to be black. But she's making the argument that I am not a descendant of Africa. I am an American. Which is true. Which is true. But at the same time, Miss Raven, we are descendants of Africa, whether you like it or not. But Miss Raven is correct. Most of us, our African roots have been washed out. Just facts. Have been so mixed up Yet we are descendants of Africa. Now, I don't have a problem with my roots being in Africa. I wish I knew more about my African roots because we are the most beautiful, they are the most beautiful people I've ever laid my eyes on. I don't have no problem with being called African, none whatsoever. Very proud. But the fact still remains, most of us can't say one African word. Can't make one African dish. Can't sing one African song. We think February, we walk around here with some kente cloth on, we done something. Well, no, we think we've done something African. And we haven't. When other races practice their cultures all year around, we as a race of people do not have that. I debate, I would love it. Let's talk about it. Because tap dancing, dancing and wiggling your butt and grinning and being foolish, rap music, that's not my culture. Ebonics, that's not my culture. That's not culture. That's just crap we picked up along the way. That is not our culture. Italians speak Italian. Chinese speak Chinese. Japanese speak Japanese. And practice rituals, cultures. Indian. Both native and abroad. Continue their legacies and histories. We as a people did not, have not. Now, when it's cool or trendy, oh, we walk around and beads in our hair and wear clothes and but then when the new wears off of that, we're back to stepping and fetching and cooning and tomming. That is supposed to be our culture. That's not my culture. Again, that's stuff we picked up along the way. So I understand Miss Raven. I understand Miss Raven. She really didn't say anything that was incorrect. If we sit down and think about what the young lady said, she's absolutely right. There's no reason why we should be called African because there's nothing African about us other than the color of our skin. That's it. And again, I don't have a problem with being called African American, but it is something to think about. It's something to think about. If we look at our history, us as a people, there's nothing African about us. Nothing. Not one thing. Everything that we do are things that we have picked up from the Caucasian. Sorry. What we were allowed to know. Let's just be honest. Because we weren't allowed to speak our languages, practice our traditions. We weren't allowed. And it's hard. It's hard. I'm not picking a side. I just want to see, I want to know what you think about it. Tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know. I found it to be very interesting. I have always said there is nothing African about us as a people other than the color of our skin. And it's different than Africans too. You can always differentiate in between a black American and an African. Have you ever thought about it? Their bone structure is even different than ours. Their skin color is different than ours. Again, we've been so mixed up and twisted up, and who are we? Excuse me. Who are we? Do you know? I just thought I would share this morning. Please let me know what you think. Who do you think you are? Please like, subscribe, and comment. I thought this was a great thing to talk about. As always, I say wear your mask and proud. COVID is still alive. Pray for each other. Care for each other. I am my brother's keeper. It's a beautiful day. Learn something. As I always say, I love you. Bye.